Alright, and we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. Yes, we are in fact live. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone.
All right.
Ace here. Welcome to the live stream. I'm joined today with returning guest Alpharius.
Howdy.
Welcome, Alpharius. And today we are back with some more High Republic. So, yay.
Yippee.
If I remember correctly, the last issue ended with this Jedi taking a recently captured Nihil warship, you know, with the special equipment that allows them to travel through the storm wall, and took just herself, maybe one or two other people, and a prisoner to travel through there. So, you know, if it ever, making it so it's very, very potentially easy for the ship to get recaptured by the Nihil, and the whole advantage of having it to be lost altogether.
As an intelligent life form would obviously do.
Yep. No efforts, by the way, were taken, of course, to maybe try to reverse engineer the technology put into it, so...
Brilliant. Truly, their foresight is beyond us.
So yeah, we are already well and truly off to a flying start here. Orososium says, "Oh my god, mental illness day, I almost forgot."
Yippee.
So let's see what sort of brain damage Cavan Scott has provided for us today. The High Republic, Children of the Storm, Chapter 4, Into the Occlusion Zone. Having stopped the threat of a potential Nihil Hut alliance, Jedi Master Keeve Trennis recently recovered the lost Jedi cruiser Ataraxia from her old enemy, Lorna T. Ordered to Coruscant by Elzar Man Keeve and the troubled Kodabai Bond twins, Sarat and Tarek, decided to follow their own path, taking the Ataraxia and Lorna D across the storm wall into the Nihil Occlusion Zone. Oh yeah, apparently they disregarded orders to do this too.
Of course they did.
Their mission to locate and rescue Trandoshan Jedi Skier, previously thought killed, but now rumored to be operating within the zone. Their only problem? The rumors also suggest Skier has gone rogue.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of rogue Jedi for the golden age of history, doesn't there?
Yeah. Rososium says, "Sanity, Cavan Scott's first frontier, because he sure as heck left it long ago, and he's trying to make us tag along." Yeah.
It's great.
Let's see how many people had to see the overall writing of this particular comic and let it go through, just for future reference. So we have the writer, Cavan Scott. We have the letterer. We have an assistant editor, another editor, and... Okay, so we have 4 editors plus them. So that's 6 people.
Good Lord.
Then we have, for Lucasfilm, another 1 and 2 more editors right there. So that makes it 8. Then we have the story group, which is 9, 10, and 11. So 11 people were involved in this.
Well, I'm sure the writing will be incredibly cohesive then.
So yeah.
Surely just throwing more people at a project will solve it faster.
Mm-hmm. Or says, "Aren't orders just, suggestions in this version of the universe?" Sadly, yes.
Pretty much.
It's fair to say that my first spacewalk freaked me the criff out. Then the mid-rim. I never felt so small, so insignificant. Just a speck of dust in an infinite cosmos. He helped me, of course, like he always did. Skier, my master, my hero. Yes, I was small, he said, but nothing was insignificant in a connected universe. Not when it was bound by the Force.
That sounds like something a Jedi would actually say. Congratulations.
Yes, it is. For once, Kevin Scott actually wrote the Jedi in a manner that is reasonably accurate.
I wonder what editor changed that dialogue.
Not while we were connected. Now, the Nihil Occlusion Zone. Alright, I think we're going to assume that this is... That's Lorna D saying this. So, I forget who was voicing. And also, why is she advising the Jedi on the plan here as if she's trying to help them? She's our prisoner.
Huh. Yeah, that makes no sense.
Ah, well. So, do you want to voice Lorna, or should I?
I'll voice her. Whatever you're planning, Trennis, you better do it soon. Those scav droids are slicing through the Lorna D's hull.
The ship is called the Ataraxia, Lorna. They're trying to slice through us, too. Tarek, any luck?
Want me to voice him?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have accessed the droid's control system, but its processor is protected. We need the access code. Perhaps our associate could oblige. That's a fancy word for prisoner. Sorry to disappoint, Kotabi, but I wouldn't know where to start even if I wanted to. Maybe if little Miss High and Mighty out there hadn't blasted Q4 to scrap when she took my ship from me.
The Ataraxia was never yours, Lorna. You stole it. But droids can be repaired, right, Sarah?
Want me to voice this guy too?
I guess I can voice Sarah here, since...
Alright.
Already on it, Keeve Trennis. Reactivating in 3, 2, 1...
It wasn't me. It wasn't... Wait. This isn't right. Mistress Lorna, what's happened?
Sarah? Regretfully, we haven't time to negotiate with a QR unit. We are overriding the droid's autonomy circuits.
Forcing it to give us the code.
Or at least an approximation of the correct one.
It seems to be working. Entering now. And transmitting.
Veem. Tarek?
Any moment now, Keeve. There.
Chitter.
What did you do?
Simply suggested that a flotilla of Jedi cruisers is passing through the next system. The swarm had little choice but to investigate.
As much choice as Q4, you butcher.
Careful, Lorna. You almost sound like you care. Imagine what that would do to your reputation.
Pick it up, yeah.
And we're coming back on board. Now that the scav droids are occupied, we need to resume our search for Skier.
If the child of the storm was telling the truth about a Jedi Trandoshan within the occlusion zone.
See issue 2, ED. I love how the editor has to tell us to look back to this specific issue, because the editors and staff at Star Wars know just how little of a chance it has been for people to read more than one High Republic comic.
Right? Oh, God.
It's a chance we have to take, Turk. If Skier survives Starlight, if he's still alive...
If Skier survived, if we can find him, you realize how many planets are inside of the occlusion zone, don't you, Trennis? Finding your precious master will be like looking for a discharge coupling in a scrapyard.
Maybe the droid could help us narrow the field.
Doubtful. Saret's exuberance has caused more damage than the initial blaster bolt. Q4's processors are fried.
While Lorna D remains fully functional. Saret, I don't like the sound of that. Okay, but... Okay, I mean... What a time for the Jedi... For Jedi like her to actually start acting like, Jedi.
I know.
And realizing...
Uncharacteristic.
Is this her Are We the Baddies moment in Star Wars?
Perhaps. You and me both, sister.
You will access the Nihil comm system. Search for any reference to a Trandoshan Jedi.
I think I've helped you enough, Jay.
You will access the Nihil comm system. You will search for any reference to a Trandoshan Jedi.
You can't force me to do anything I don't want to, Jedi. I'm Lorna D. I'm... Saret.
Saret, stop it! This is not our way. Not now. Not ever. I mean...
Wait a minute, isn't this the woman who threatened... No, wait, that's another story, my mistake. Okay,
Yeah.
that is the one... Man, we should have had one of us voice both of these guys.
Yeah. But this is... Here's the thing. This is... You have to remember... This is the High Republic Jedi, and she's starting to act like this.
That is completely uncharacteristic.
Remember
But
when...
they got there, right? Sorry, continue.
Remember how this series started? When the Jedi were just willfully putting entire planets in danger just to train her?
Right?
They sent a discount Tyranid hive fleet to a civilized planet just to see if she could save that planet. People did die during the attempt regardless, by the way. And now she's talking about this, whether or not this is the Jedi way in the High Republic. See, this is why you don't mess with long-established canon, especially when it comes to the moral philosophy of, say, the Jedi Order. Because the moment you do, then that you kind of stuck with that in the story you're trying to tell, and if you try to go back, people are just going to point out all the stupid shit that you put in the past that completely destroys your credibility when you're trying to do this stuff now.
Yeah. I think the one on the next panel is yours again.
Alright, let me read some of the comments here from Oros. Oros says, that makes no sense as the norm, Alpharius. You don't need to mention it, but yes, the evil prisoner is helping us very much. Stooped. Oros, I bet that in canon the droid hasn't been wiped for long enough to be considered as self-aware. Why? Because we all know Jedi wouldn't give a shit and torture the poor thing for the code. Oros says, not our way, not now, not ever. Such high level of bullshit has destroyed my life, my lie detector. Ace, you need hours, if not days, to point out the High Republic's bullcrap. Yes, I do. Fortunately, I've spent hours, if not days at this point, calling out all the stupid stuff in High Republic. There's a reason why I've got the entire live stream up, or all the live streams of High Republic up into one massive playlist.
Yeah,
Alright,
okay.
let's go
I think
ahead.
the next guy is me.
Yeah.
Do not presume to talk for both of us, brother Sirit.
But, Tarek, we
can use the access code previously extracted from Q4. We do not need to inflict any more distress.
So, they completely made this whole thing completely pointless immediately by saying, but we already have this information. And you didn't just think to use this information before?
This is different information. They're going to creatively apply it instead of taking the easy... No, that's not...
But they have the code they need to do that now.
Yeah, I got nothing. That's just dumb.
Thanks, Kevin Scott. He's trying, but it's failing spectacularly.
Yeah.
Lorna, are you?
That's the second time you've had to save me from one of your own, Prentice. First of all, Chris, and now our pale-skinned friend. I would thank you
If you believed in gratitude.
if I didn't pity you. Still clinging to your belief that the Jedi are the moral beacons of the galaxy that you walk a common path. We are all the Republic. Don't make me laugh. Look at those two Bond twins who share one mind and yet can't bear to be in another one's presence.
That's not true.
Wait, those two share the same... Why? How...
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't... It... Ah... You want to continue?
All
Say
right.
that's not true already.
All right. That's not true.
You sure about that, Trennis? Really?
Keeve, you found something? An old distress call from a former Republic outpost on Kindoscorn. They said they're under attack. From the Nihil? No. From a Trandoshan with a lightsaber. Kindosorn.
You could have left me on a ship.
So you could run off? Once bitten, twice shy, Lorna.
Meanwhile, I'm forced to join you in your wild Greek Gijan chase. Even if Skier survived Starlight, the chances of him... Storm? Get the hell off! Okay, I did that wrong.
Fuck.
The poor creature. Poor creature? It tried to eat my face! It was scared.
It's not the only one. Zoom.
I thought Jedi didn't experience fear.
If the last year has taught me anything, it's that we all feel fear.
Christ.
That's not how that works, Kevin Scott.
Oh, it's so beautifully terrible.
It's what we do with it that matters. You're a Jedi. You don't do any fucking thing with it. You abandon it.
Huh. Yeah.
What the crick? Zoom. Huh. This is criffing impossible.
Should I voice this guy?
Yeah.
Such language. Eve Prentice, Is that you?
Archivist Orbalin?
I apologize, Jedi Trennis. My mind is not what it once was. An unfortunate side effect of duplicating myself one too many times. And sadly, the wielding of a lightsaber doesn't necessitate the presence of a Jedi these days. Orbalan? As in the sanctimonious blow I shot in the head? Whereas you appear to be the ignoramus who never grasped that the Gors don't possess a head to shoot. Especially one who wiped the proverbial floor with you back on Velo.
Maybe we should take a breath. You do breathe, don't you, Orbalin?
Not really.
Okay, but you get my meaning. Where have you been?
Maybe you should see for yourself.
By the stars! Gunral! It is pleasing to see you again, Jedi Trennis. What happened? After the eye took the ataraxia,
Not the eye.
I was overcome. Too many nihil for an old Jedi like me. If it wasn't for Orbalan slipping away, the nihil never even saw him leave.
Fortunately, Miss D was far too busy planning her escape to see me slip away. A little stunned, but still able to help Gunral and the survivors from Starlight. We got as many people as we could into escape pods, ourselves included, although our pod ended up here, behind the storm wall. But who did this to you, Gunral Monshi, the Nihil?
No, Cert. It was Skier. So he is alive. He is, but he's not the master you knew. He's crazed, dangerous. We tried to get through to him, but
Gunral.
where is he?
A ruin at the center of the jungle. But there's more, I'm afraid. It appears we are not alone on Kindosoron. There are hunters abroad. Jedi hunters.
The children of the storm. Nothing I haven't faced before.
Kiev. The children. They have names. They have nameless.
Then I'll take Lorna.
Like hell you will.
If you want your freedom, you'll help. If not...
Ooh, a threat. I like this Kiev Trennis. She has teeth.
She has someone who needs her. Tarek, Seret, you get Gunral and Orbalin back to the Ataraxia. This won't take long. Sure it won't.
Yeah. You're almost at the shuttle, Gunral, Munshi. Trust in the Force.
He doesn't need reminding, Seret. He needs medical aid, not platitudes.
We only meant... quiet. You hear it, don't you? Feel it in the Force. We are not alone. That much is obvious.
The shuttle, it has been...
Sabotaged. We are trapped. Then we must defend ourselves.
Vroom.
For worse is yet to come.
That's a ruin, all right. Thank you, Keith Trennis. Or more specifically, thank you, Kevin Scott.
Give that man an award now.
Kevin Scott needed to tell his actual loyal readers, I actually like his work, that this is, in fact, what a ruin is supposed to look like. They might have gotten confused otherwise. Let's go. Oh, sorry.
No.
Lorna.
Not while I'm in binders. You want me to help you? Then treat me with the dignity you say I should show others.
Don't make me regret it. Awesome plan
Great
here.
decision making. Great job.
Not only doing this, but doing this when you are alone with her.
Couldn't you outright try to just pull her in with you, or
she absolutely
do a mind
could.
trick or something?
She absolutely
It nearly
could.
worked before.
Yes.
More than you do already.
You have no idea.
You remind me of our Chris.
Thanks.
It wasn't a compliment. Trennis?
It's true. You are here, Master. Skier? Oh, stars. Oh, stars, no. To be continued.
Wait, that's it?
At least the pain was short?
I mean, it's markedly less... This comic doesn't even deserve to get called as bad as the others. It's not even close to the bottom. It's just forgettable.
The sad thing is, this is probably Kevin Scott's best writing. It's still bad. It's still bad, and still deserves to be mocked.
Absolutely.
It's just compared to the pain that we've been so thoroughly used to now.
It ain't nothing.
It's like he took smart pills and magically gained 20 IQ. So he went from 60 to 80.
It is an improvement.
Yeah.
How big of one? You know, who cares about that part? You know, he got better.
Ura says, I think almost all Jedi in this universe confuse the skill Intimidate with the skill Diplomacy. I mean, we all remember buckets of blood. Yes. Ura says, Alpharius, you are one with everyone else's pain. It's an angry bird, an alien angry bird. I guess that makes Lorna D the alien the alien pig. Ura says, well, we all know he was going insane before, so at least that remains consistent. Though how anyone in the universe isn't cray-cray is surprising. That's a ruin. No, it's a giant mimic, and I hope it eats you.
I wish.
Ura says, hey, Ace, isn't this a perfect Yoda and inoffensive, unarmed, dark side user kind of moment? Yeah. Just an unarmed old man.
Just an unarmed old man who just so happens to know the dark side, you know? Nothing dangerous about those. Not like the most experienced Jedi in the galaxy would know or anything.
Alright, let me read some of the other comments here. Urus also says, so what was the point of the near torture after already screwing with the droid? This is not going to convince us that the Jedi aren't assholes anymore. In fact, they are showing us they are stupid and incompetent again, though they already did that a lot. The bad guy is right again. I think this is telling us something. Also, the stream had a huge delay. Did it crash?
Uh-oh.
Well, this was apparently a while ago, but apparently, no, the stream, at least as far as I can tell, never crashed. Though I did notice that it did kind of have a brief bit where it paused, but I was still able to talk to you the whole time, so I'm going to assume the connection was still good. It's just, or the connection was still there on my end at least, but probably YouTube being YouTube.
Probably.
Mm.
Most likely option, at least.
So yeah, thoughts on this particular comic, Alpharius?
Like I said before, it's not special. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just boring.
Mm.
In the words of Futurama, I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
I'm still annoyed at the fact that they're trying to still pull the whole "the Jedi feel fear" is how you use it. That matters nonsense because
Because they don't.
yes,
At least not the good ones.
you could argue that Anakin felt and used those kinds of emotions. You
Yeah.
know, while he was hacking the sand people to pieces and all that.
You know? Like his big character flaw was.
Yeah. But if you're going to go that route, well, then you've kind of defeated the whole purpose of going that route in the first place. Because you're effectively showing us why the Jedi tend to heavily discourage that.
Yeah! You know, just maybe a little bit. But no, emotions, they're fine. Everybody needs those. Not like they'll screw you over at all in your life or anything.
I will say
Especially
this.
not when you have superpowers.
I will say this. Skier getting a disease that's causing him to act out his emotions and slowly lose his sanity could work in his individual case. I mean, we've seen similar things go on in, say, Star Trek, for example, because there's a disease for the Vulcans that does basically the same thing.
Oh yeah, that's a perfectly plausible thing that could happen. The idea in and of itself is not the issue.
That, yeah, it's A, the execution, and B, it's everything else surrounding the comic. To the tune that the rest of the Jedi Order acts basically like they've got this disease too. So,
Yeah,
anyways. I will
Just
say
a
that,
small problem.
yeah. Ura says, they keep trying to convince us that there is no evil and good in Star Wars. That is untrue. There is evil and good, and in the Force, evil uses fear and good resists it. Yes. But we are talking sense and lore. Yes. Sense and lore that are clearly not really a thing in High Republic. So, do you have anything else to say with regards to this?
Nothing else. Because frankly, I don't think I'll remember this comic by this afternoon, or this evening.
Yeah.
It is outright that forgettable.
Yeah, which is probably the best thing that could be said for any of Cavan Scott's writing. It's going to be funny telling Osmogon I've read one of the best things written by Cavan Scott of all time. Just to see his reaction. That's probably going to be funny.
It's, most likely.
Then he's going to ask what it's about, and I said, then I'll have to say I completely forget.
I think you get the joke at that point.
Alright. Anyways, so I think we're at a good spot to go ahead and call it, because this comic actually gave us nothing. And we weren't really disappointed by it. In fact, if anything, we were impressed.
Exactly. There's much to be impressed about, like
Exactly. Couldn't have put it better myself. Alright. So
that should be
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and be in a position to call it. So, yeah, this has been Ace.
This has been Alpharius.
And we both hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care. Ace out.